Hello everyone and welcome to my never-ending Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series. We are back with our inventory system. So in this episode what we're gonna do, so you can see we have a chest. That chest has a name, some slots, and the chest, let's say by default, has some hobs or some items just like this. So if player interact with this chest, he can get those items from chest and add it to the player inventory. Also from the player inventory he can add those items to the chest. So let me show you the quick look. So right now my inventory is empty, and if I hit E, you can see a left inventory is popping up, which is a chest inventory. So it has all for the hubs and all that. So if you right click on this, you can see one item is added. So let me add the items, something like this. You can see this little apple icon is a scope. It is not stackable, so it will add something like this. If you hit E or tab again, it will just close. You can see I can inspect this up. Also from this one you can add to this chest something like this. So yep, so also it is working. There is one more chest, but if I right click it won't gonna do because the inventory is full. So this is what we're gonna make. So if you hit tab, only your inventory, player inventory will be open, but if you hit E, both the inventory will open. And for the closing, the same process. So this is what we're gonna do. So maybe this is for 2-part series, but before doing so I want to do some setting up for our inventory. So let's open your inventory system, this one. You can see we have this inventory, but open your inventory component. So I want to position it on based on your inventory type. So if you toggle your inventory, you can see the toggling part, we are adding it to our player HUD as a child. We are setting the alignment, we are setting the anchors. So it is all that, but I don't think the anchor point should be the best way to position it. Rather than that, we have the position bar. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set the anchors to 0.5 for everything. So it just pop up like center. So if I play, you can see it will appearing on the center, and I want to just reposition it based on your type. So on the add child to canvas, this one from the return node, I'm just gonna set position. Yep, and I'm just gonna attach it after setting the anchors. And the position, I'm just gonna promote it to variable, and I'm gonna call it inventory position. Hit compile, yep, inventory position, and save. By default it is 000, but don't worry. So for the player, so if you open up your player character third person, if you click on this inventory component, you can see this position. So let's say x-axis means horizontal axis. So I want to set it to 700 from my middle, from the center. So if I pop up this, it will gonna set it to something right, and I think this is a bit large, the inventories. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit more small. So on your inventory window, you can see this inventory box. I'm just gonna set the width to 530. 530 would be work fine because I have tested it. So yep, the 530 is working fine. So what I'm gonna do, I have done this thing. Also open your inventory component. We have, if you remember on the bug fixes part, we have done that refreshing thing. Let me show you. So on your inventory slot, we have done this refresh slot. So it's good, it's not a buggy thing, but I think this is not the best way to do in the slot, because every time you have to do, you just have to grab your component, then you have to set it to UI, then set to grid, and then get all the children. So you have to done all this thing. It is not the best way to do. Rather than that, just make a function in the component and just call it. So it's the best way to do inside your component. So I'm just gonna call it, and I'm gonna call it refresh all slots. For the slots, simply I'm just gonna call this inventory UI. For that, I'm just gonna get the grid panel. Yep, the grid. Get all the children, and we know that our every children of this grid panel is a slot, but we want to set a for each loop, and we know that every children is a slot, so we just gonna cast it to slot, so that we're gonna access to all the functions and all the variables of the slot. Now as a slot, what I want to do, I want to set the slot structure to the inventory. So we have this inventory, so the so get a copy from the inventory, not a reference, get a copy, and this 0 would be, this index should be go to here, and simply I am gonna just set it to this slot structure. Well, we have, this is the same as this thing, we haven't done anything, but it's good to call the function in here, so it's just easy way. Now on the inventory slot, on your where was it, on the toggle actions, this one, yep, on the toggle action you can see we are also doing this thing, get all the children and setting the combination. So I'm just gonna click on, and I'm just gonna select all this thing, the combination. I'm just gonna right click and collapse to function. I'm just gonna call it a function of disable combine mode, because you don't have to code this every time, you just gonna call this function, it will gonna code it. Now you can see our inventory slot has so many functions and it looks so messy. So I'm just gonna categorize it just like this mouse is categorized, so the mouse events are gonna categorize to this mouse. So I'm just gonna categorize this in the category. I'm just gonna select it and I'm gonna call it slot attributes. Yep, so I'm just gonna one by one setting all to the slot attributes. Yep, so yeah, we have done all the thing. So all the slot attributes are categorized in here. So if you want to use the slot attributes functions, these all are the slot attribute function, because we want to make the transfer functions also, so it will gonna categorize to transfer. So yeah, this is it. Now in the inventory component, we have made this inventory add to inventory. So let's say we want to also make a remove from inventory. So we're gonna make a function called remove item from inventory. So for the removing purpose, we need some variables. First is a let's say a index. So I'm gonna call it a slot index, and this would be obviously an integer. Second one is, should be the quantity to remove. Yep, this too. So we're gonna code this, because we don't want to code it in the slot, because then we have to just reference it every time and it's the more messy code. So what we want to do, grab your inventory this one, the inventory array. From that I'm just gonna get a copy, and the index should be the slot index because we need an index, and this is the slot structure. So I'm just gonna split it out for a item structure as well as a quantity. I'm just gonna minus this one with the removing item. So how much we want to remove, the quantity we want to remove, this one. If our removed items after removing the slot item is less than 0, if it branch, if it's true, then we want to set it to null, otherwise we set it to the removed one. So how do you gonna do that? Get your inventory and set the array element. Yep, I'm just gonna duplicate that by Ctrl W to set the array element for both of this. So for the attach it to here. Yeah, the index should go to the slot index. So I'm just gonna get that slot index. This slot index is the input of this one, the slot index. You can also attach it, and you can also access the input function inside here. The item, so I'm just gonna split it out. The item should be this item structure, and the quantity should be the minus. After the minus, what is the quantity? This quantity should be in here. Yep, and okay, so this is it. For the false part, same, I'm just gonna get the slot index. This slot index is the input of our function. Item should be false because it's nothing. Let me just see once. Yep, and we also want to do, we don't want to do anything, we just, for the true part this one, for the false part this one. So we have done this thing. One more thing, if it falls, if our we don't have any array element in any inventory, then we want to set the slot. This is why I have done this get slot, this one, because it will gonna set all this thing. So we have done all the thing. Let's make our inventory container. So for that I'm just gonna I have made a container. So I'm just gonna make a folder for our 3D geometry. I'm just gonna call it a container, and I'm just gonna import one 3D mesh. Pardon, not this. I think this is it. Import of, yep, this is the one. It's saved. This is just a container I have made in Autodesk Maya. So let me show you. So it will look something like similar to this. So we're gonna make an item. So go to your item. I'm just gonna make a folder, and I'm gonna call it a container. Inside the container I want to make a class of an actor, and I'm gonna call it a container, let's say master container. Open that up. That master container has a static mesh, not the instant static mesh, the static mesh. This would be a container, and now the type would be a chest. This one. So let's drag out this guy. I'm just gonna drag it out to see. Yep, this is not so good. So let's just set this one to 3. 3 would be fine for me. No. 3 is not 4. It's just try and error method. Yes, I'm happy with the 4. It's up to you, and I'm gonna set it so it set to exactly at the bottom at the floor. It's just levitating a bit up. So yep, on the master, on the viewport, I'm just gonna disable the snapping, and I'm gonna just or you can also do this the left. So yep, after that I'm just gonna go to perspective mode. Yep, hit compile. So yep, it is still levitating. So now I think it's yep, it is better. So we have done all the thing. In the next episode we actually gonna interact with this guy, and we're gonna do that transfer part. So this is all for it now. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.